Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. I hope you're all having a magical day. We'll be playing with Quandrix Yasharn, aka Bant Midrange today, grabbing a ton of land, shutting down the meta, and playing with some of our favorite cards. We're going to break down the strategies and synergies within the deck list, showcase all of that in the gameplay footage, and of course wrap up with our final thoughts and community news. If you want to support the channel and more content just like this, like the video. It's the most important thing that you can do for me as a viewer. Of course, you can also subscribe to the channel to partake in the contests and giveaways. Right now, I'm giving away a complete D&D rare playset. It's like $300 worth, so don't miss out. Jump into the Linktree link, which will have a Discord invite. Ask from there in general how you can get involved. It should be as easy as that. Let's get into the video and break down Quandrix Yasharn. All right, so this is, of course, like I said, a standard 2022 best of 1 60 card 3-point average mana value deck with 14 non-creatures and 22 creatures. With 24 land, and we will be ramping as hard as we can. Cyclone Summoner will bounce everything our opponent has in play, except for giants, lands, and wizards, and we'll use Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, to have all of our non-token creatures become forests and therefore be unbounceable, right? So the Dryad is now unbounceable, Sequence is a land, unbounceable, Professor is now a forest, unbounceable. Same goes with the Quandrix Cultivator, Yasharn Implacable Earth, and you know, the Summoner doesn't bounce itself anyways. The only thing that will get bounced is the crows or the ravens from Alrund's Epiphany, but at that point, once you're taking double turns, you've probably already won the game. So that's what's going on for the top end. To get you started, you have a turn 1 Dryad. This can be sacked on turn 2 to grab a land, matching the Emergent Sequence here, also a turn 2 ramp, which is really nice. We have a Professor. This can grab our environmental sciences from the sideboard with the Learn mechanic. Of course, then we're jumping into our 4 drops because we skip the third turn. We're not skipping the third turn, but the third time we'd play a land because we're getting it out on our second turn. So turn 3 is either the Cultivator or Yasharn. Cultivator's land comes in untapped, which is cool. You could play another Dryad with it if you want. Yasharn brings 2 lands into the hand, setting you up for your next turns. Either way, you're going to have 5 mana in play at this point on your next turn. That brings into Ashaya, and then the next turn is the Cyclone Summoner. So there's really cool play lines you can do here. Turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, because the creatures played before Ashaya will now act as land to reduce the cost of your Cyclone Summoner and of your Alrund's Epiphany, which is absolutely incredible. We have General Disruption in the deck as well. Quandrix Command and Divide by 0. Both of these spells will bounce something or put it back to its opponent's hand more specifically. The command can put +1/+1 counters on our creatures, which is pretty cool. So we can hit harder. We can shuffle some cards back into our library from our grave. And then, of course, we can counter artifact or enchantment spell, which is really nice as well. Divide by 0. Return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its hand. So it kind of acts as a makeshift counter spell, or we can bounce a blocker back, which is nice as well. Getting to Learn into our sideboard. You know, we have Reduce from Memory if there's something really scary that we need to deal with right now before we can bounce it. We have Teaching, which is going to draw us, you know, more of those heavy spells that we're looking for. Breach if we need to really deal with an artifact or enchantment right away. Similar to Reduce to Memory, but without giving them the nice attacker there, and then the Mascot Exhibition as well, because we have so much mana. You could tune this up if you wanted, drop the Breach, drop the Memory, take more Mascot Exhibitions, but you should really only need 1, but you know, who am I to stop you, because you'll definitely be able to cast them. We have 2 layers of the Hydra to dump all of that land into as well. And, you know, that's the whole deck, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is very similar to the Cyclone Summoner deck within the Quandrix colors that I've been running. We're just adding that white in there, and it's really nice. Professor allows us to access the sideboard really effectively. You know, the Sciences is great. The Archaics draw is great. The Exhibition is amazing as well. Divide by Zero has always been there, but Yasharn is that other card that we didn't typically have in the deck, and this is shutting down Rakdos Treasures, you know, just Goldspan in general can suck a fatty. And it's really nice when it does happen, and your opponent is absolutely gonna love you for it, I'm sure. So that's the deck list. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like the video to support the channel and more content just like this. Subscribe to partake in the contest giveaways. Jump into the Discord to sign up to those lists so your name can be pulled from it to win. That's really important, and you can find that in the Linktree link. Of course, if you want to go above and beyond, make sure your boy HGG's having a great time. Maybe become a Patreon as well to support the upgrades that we're currently doing to the channel as well. So enjoy. I hope you guys have been having a magical day, like I always say, and we'll be right back. We'll be back to wrap up after my final thoughts after the gameplay footage here. My head is turning to soup. Our opponent goes first. I'm gonna throw it. We have a sequence, which is nice. It grabs the third. No, I'm gonna keep it. How often are we gonna have sequence in hand? Right? We only have 2 turn 1 and, well, basically they're both turn 2 ramp cards, sequence and dryad. So we should keep it just for the fact that we had it. A blue source here for sure, right? Most def. We'll get that white source eventually. The blue source is more important because Alrund's Epiphany, Cyclone Summoner. Yeah. Holy mana. Really wish we picked up a land there. No attacks. When you don't draw any land in 3 turns. Come on, give me a plains off the top. You can do it. Topdeck.exe. It's not always perfect, but it does typically get the job done. We're going right in with Yasharn. Shut off their sacrifice. Next turn is Ashaya. Well, that sucks. Okay. I shouldn't have been able to sacrifice that. How come? Right? What's that supposed to be about, man? There's definitely more removal, but it's still worthwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we don't have any blue land, though. No, this is. So we need another blue source. Or this is going to be risky. So we go with the Cultivator. I have minuses on Ashaya. That makes a ton of sense to me. No. Plus on the bat. Doesn't matter when it ends up in their hand anyways. Come here. Thank you. Another island. Let's push Fortel over. Dryad out. No attacks. We're chilling. We're straight chilling. They plus on the merchant. That's okay. No blocks. I think they want the treasure for a Blood on the Snow. And I'm not giving it to them. You know what I will give them, though? A little love. A little love. A little love. I have to kill Ashaya right here. Woof. From Summoner with love. Kai is not good against the Summoner at all. They have a Haven available, so we just hit for the 2. Woof. That's straight up whale teeth right there. So our opponent's going first, and we have 2 land in hand. Typically not a problem. You know, we have our ramp. That's the rule. I just need to live with it. Even though the hand is like so far out of reach, I just need to live with it. And we're gonna top deck a plains. Everything's fine. Not a problem. Mono white could be scary. Dryad out. Not the worst, right? We have to remember things on our turn cost more. I always forget about that. And we do have like the Quandrix Command and divide by 0. That's it. They can't exile this, but they could exile that. Pass turn, and we'll chump block with the Dryad, sack it for, you know, force, the only thing that it can pull. XXL Duo. Great name. It's a big name. We stop the 2 damage. Either way. Taking 2 down to 18. 1 forest, please. So it's not great, but this is going to be the only way to grab a plains. And do we want a plains, or do we want another blue source? No, we want a plains. Professor can grab sciences for permanent plains. Yasharn can also grab another plains, which will allow Professor to grab sciences for an island for Summoner. No blocks, down to 12. Oh, there's another, down to 10. Or we just top deck our own. Summoner out. One, two, three, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8. That kind of screams science or exhibition to me. Well, wiping that Paladin class isn't bad either. Let's take the exhibition. No attacks. End our turn. We can block some damage with the Dryad again, doing the chump block. Second Paladin class. Some big hits here, taking some damage. We'll stop the 4, and the 4 take 3. Another forest. Implacable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. I think we almost just need to go for it now because we're so low on life. Let's just bounce out. They lose the token forever. There's no attack from a Haven because the summoner's big enough to defend against it. And that's the key to it. So it makes it so good. We're safe from, you know, Skyclave apparitions. That's okay. I think any game you really get the summoner out is basically donezo. We have a Mascot Exhibition next, and against a mono white deck that should just beat us up. Or beat them up, I should say. Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm surprised I can speak at all. The Luminarch's great, don't get me wrong. It's pretty cool and stuff. It has flying, we're really low on life. We can always just, like, super bounce it, though, for 3. And counter the Paladin's class, which gives us 3 available mana. 4. We've not played a land this turn. Right? So Yasharn goes out. That still leaves us the 3 mana. We grab some land, which we've not played yet. Plains in play. And that is an attack for 7. Chump block with the 2/2, I guess. Or just take it. If I were them, I would just take it. They have plenty of life, why not? Cool, 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 cool. Probably should be defending, but we do have this interaction with the command I like. So they can't Haven and do anything else unless they play a land. Spirit out. They're gonna make some tokens here. Lots and lots of tokens. Nice. Do they go all in on the 1, or do they spread it out? They go all in on the 1. Let's see if there's any other attacks. Bouncing that. Push up Yasharn. Sideboard has another exhibition in it. One, 2, 3. Well, no, we don't want to tap everything. Island in play. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's just exhibition. Professor first. Just so we don't have to manually tap land. Oh, and we only have 1, I guess. Let's just take the draw. And then we'll get that flyer in the air. That's gonna be good. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to keep Yasharn back. Well, they have the land as well, actually, so no attacks. We gotta chill out, man. think they're in a really good spot here. Paladin's class to push up all their creatures. I actually didn't think of that. Code Spell Cleric pushes up the creatures too. Nice. Shoot, is this lethal? It certainly is close. So we're taking 3 confirmed. Ay caramba. Cyclone Summoner off the top, right? Okay. Forest out. 1, 2, yeah, that'll work. Double turn. I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? We can get a really nice attack in. I mean, they do have to block. It's 14 damage. This is a great match. That Alrund off the top. Woo! Okay. So they're going to trade with the 2/2. 1 Code Spell Cleric, which actually has Vigilance, but it's not a flyer. It doesn't put the counters on the flyers. It doesn't make the flyers, right? So it's the lowest priority there. Clarion Spirit's going to block the Summoner. And then it's just the 4/4 over here. And they can afford to take 4 damage. But it gets blocked too. We have plenty of land thanks to Ashaya, and we will draw only 2 cards because they don't have more than 4. Down to 6. That is not it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we would have it. No, we're not going to get it. Unless we can divide by 0 and still have 7 for an exhibition. Or maybe we just have lethal if we bounce something. Bounce a blocker. We have 4 available mana. We could ground one of the flyers, but they'll have to block with it. Do we want that life gain? Or another teaching? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 available mana. We can't cast that for a double turn. Forest in play. Take the draw. And then it's just all attacks, right? They block the 15/15, the 6/6. The 7/7, the 1/1, so that's not going to get us there. And we're going to take 4 damage next turn. We should have gained life instead. Shoot. Instead of drawing, we should have gained 2 life. Then we could have defended. Shoot. But they will have to block this way, but then... So let's keep the 2 birds back. And then they still have to use the 4 defenders. But then it's 1, 2, 3. They take 3 damage. So we have to keep these 2 back as well. We may have screwed the pooch there. I think we should have maybe probably taken the environmental sciences. And they survive. You know, we block the 2 flyers. Oh, but they could paladin class for lethal. Shoot! Yeah, we should have destroyed the class. Then we would have made a pest. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely should have destroyed the class. That was a really good match. Regardless, I love this. This was a great back and forth match. I honestly thought we had it a couple times there. And then they thought they had it a couple times too, right? And I think this is game here. 1, 2, yeah, they still have it available. They go into the other. So we're just taking 3 damage. That means we survive 1 turn. We have nothing. We didn't play our Hydra. But they can't attack because we have lethal on the return. Interesting. Interesting. I think they just missed lethal, but I think we had a boo-boo too. So let's just keep playing. And usher out another paladin class out. They have 4 defenders. They only have 1 defender if they do this. And they oops us. That's why you stay in there, ladies and gentlemen. We get the top deck of a god. We should have played Lair there, my bad. Woo! They missed it. So close. So close. And we get the win. We'll take it. Really nice top deck there to carry us through. An amazing match. I was sure we lost that, right? Like, holy Toledo. Going first, this is great. The Professor can pull sciences. It's our first blue land. It's just good. It's a good hand that I hope we draw more land into. Goblin Javelineer is good, so we know it's Gobos. And I don't even know if it's that great of a matchup. The gaining of the life is good, right? Like, so step 1's not too shabby. But if they overrun us before we get there, it's very bad. We can't block the Javelineer. This is supposed to be a different colored land. Oh well. We still take the blue source. Even though we can't utilize it. I would like to have plain the Dryad, but it's fine. That's a perfect perfect turnout for them. No blocks. We take 5. No land, I freak out. It, you know, it's got to be a Quandrix Commander. We're screwed. The Professor is going to go to a 4/3. We blast the Hobgoblin back, and we get a juicy block. It has to be. It just has to be, rather than grabbing our 4th land, which I really need to do. But we'll do that next turn, right? Really? You are an absolute bandit indeed, my friend. Nice. So we can't allow this thing to attack or they get the token. Bouncing the Battlecry Goblin. Grabbing our goods. And then I guess we block the other Hobgoblin. That's a trade I'll take. Grabbing that land is nice. Cultivator out is a good defender. Take another island. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashaya goes out, Summoner goes out, Alrund hits on top. Can we survive? Yeah, we're just blocking. They'd have to kill it here. It's just a trade. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Charger is good too. We do need some more land is the thing. We're only sitting on 6. They're totally tapped here, so they're not doing any extra damage. We kill the Bandit Lord. Unless they've not played a land this turn, and we get burnt here. Oh, we do anyways, we just die. We could have blocked 1 extra damage, still would have been lethal. Yeah, they got there before us, most definitely. Ouch. That was a bummer. Well, this isn't gonna work. That's a lot of forests. This is a little bit better. Toss a Dryad. Neverwinter Dryad is really good for ramp decks. We're pretty memey. You know, it's the end of the month. I've already qualified for Mythic. So we're just having fun playing with some unique decks that are close to good. Obviously, this is loosely based on my Simic Cyclone Summoner, or idiot-proof deck, as I like to call it. But we splashed some white in, right? We're using Yasharn. We're using Professor. And this is going to just add a little bit of value into the current meta, I think, personally. And also, Ashaya is in here as well. Ashaya could go in the other variant, in all honesty. However, you know, with the added creatures, Professor, Yasharn, Ashaya does fit nicely. Obviously makes everybody giants. Not the Ravens, though. Not the Kakas. But everything else is still giants because it's all non-tokens. And the tokens we do have are lands from the Emergent Sequence, so they don't get bounced. Which is nice, right? So I like that. We will take a forest here. We do need some planes here. I don't even know where they are. Like, hello? Are you there? Is anybody home? Just give it a quick shuffle, right? Make sure Maya's got topdeck.exe running. She operates the servers for it, is the thing, right? So sometimes she's distracted, right? Alrund's Epiphany times 2 to the side. Oh, just to crush the weak. To kill our Dryad ramp. You know, it's basically irrelevant. This can take a blue source. And then we get our beloved plains. Which is pretty flimsy because they can remove it here. It's just a 2/2 creature, really easy to remove. Unlike a land, which is out of play from most removal. That's great. Land off top is bad, but let's just try to top deck some fire. dragon just like straight up stops us. As well as our beloved land drop here. Ashaya? You're up next. And then the Cyclone Summoner. 1, 2. It'll help things out. It'll be good. What's she gonna do, Willis? I mean, if they Alrund, we can block the Doom fairly well, I think. Or they're still just like, ah, no, let's keep dumping them over. Then we can combo them together. Chain Epiphany is one of the craziest things. So we stop the draw. Of course, we have to. We absolutely have to. What? I mean, sure, it is good. Great. I don't mind taking out that Faceless Haven. So we're going to try to hit for 6 and maybe we get their land. If they bounce it, they do... Okay, they're revealing a Goldspan Dragon or far worse. Or, sorry, they have Imrith in play. It's tapped, I can't see it. I can only see creatures that are untapped during combat phase. Behold the Multiverse is a nice card. Scry 2, draw 2 is 4 card deep. How are you not finding something you need at that point, right? Like, basically the value of 4 turns condensed into 1. You get to pick which of those 4 turns best suit you next turn. Very, very good. We're gonna pass this over. I mean... Yeah, here's our last birdie, and after this combat, they cast their Alrund's Epiphany. It's the greatest card right now. It's so good. Maybe we should just be using Teach by Example and Alrund. We have enough mana, but there's so many creatures in deck. Well, Teach by Example is still fire, though. Not this build. This is the Yasharn version, but I do think Teach by Example is really good right now with Alrund's Epiphany. They get the draw. Is there another Alrund here? Right? They're comboing them together. It will be game if they have it. Down to 6. They could get a land and the Epiphany still. It's definitely still an option. Oh, no, entered the battlefield this turn, so land's already in play. So no Epiphany. They have removal on our land, I guess. Why not take it? They leave the land, take the Cultivator. Now, this is a strange bank. Three, 6, 7, 8 available mana. Well, maybe. They have 4 more cards in hand than us. We could take a massive draw with the Archaic. Oh, or never mind. Getting ahead of ourselves, I see. We're hitting for 5. Sorry, could have been 6. Missing out on 1 damage here. I did the math too quick. I think it matters. You dog. You dirty, dirty dog. Well, it's a good thing we didn't play a land this turn at least. mean, we're tapped out. They're hitting for 9, 10, 11 confirmed. They're 2 damage away from lethal. I want to see them get it. This is game, though. Let's be honest. Cyclone Summoner could potentially save us. But they're so close to it anyways. Down to 2. Maybe if I don't look, it's not real. Right? You dog. Prismari is top of the food chain. I'm surprised we didn't get smacked with Goldilocks yet. So that's the exact same reason why we close our eyes. If they didn't have a creature, we would be hitting for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It still wouldn't be lethal. Good game. We're going to try that again. All right. We made it through. It may have been, you know, a bit of a messy experience on my behalf. I should probably go eat some lunch here. Blood sugars are feeling a little bit low, which explains so many things. The deck is fire. I love it. However, what other white cards can we incorporate in this build? Is it, you know, Amiria's Call? That's an option for sure. They're tokens, which is a bummer, but whatever. You should be winning at that point anyways. What other white cards are absolutely fire in this deck? I need to know, you guys. Let me know what you think you would like to see. Well, not what you think you would like to see included, what you would like to see included in the deck, right? Leave me those comments down below, and you know, maybe we can make that second version of Bant Midrange together. Enjoy another video on me. It'll be starting soon. You can click on either free to play or a standard 2022 playlist to let the rest of your day rip. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like the video, subscribe, and support by becoming a Patreon through the Linktree link in the description below if you don't mind. And, you know, of course, have a magical day. We'll see you soon in the next.